Komodo dragons are the world's largest living lizards, and they have some fascinating skills and characteristics that might pique your interest. However, for your own protection, it's best to learn about them from videos rather than seeing them in person. You're in for a treat if you've never seen a Komodo attack its prey before. Trust me, it is not pretty, so I'm warning you. But if you like gore, then you're at the right place, as we look at the Komodo dragon eating everything in sight. Number 15. Komodo versus deer. This poor deer was trying to enjoy a day at the beach when a Komodo dragon forgot his lunch at home. So guess what? The dragon decided to borrow the deer to fill in for his lunch. You can see the Komodo digging inside the deer's belly to pull chunks of meat out of there. The deer is dead, but it wasn't when they began eating. Komodo dragons are more active in the morning because Komodo dragons are cold-blooded animals. Usually during the rainy season, deer are more active and present at beaches. This deer was trying to enjoy a moment at the beach when a couple of Komodo lifeguards tried to save it from the water so they could eat it. A male Komodo monitors a deer that had been injured by a bite a few days earlier and continues to follow the deer. When the deer begins to get sick from the bacterial infection, the Komodo decides it's time to kill and eat the deer. The deer tries running away, but the Komodo remains latched onto it. A small Komodo approaches a young deer, and the deer tries stomping on the Komodo, when another Komodo shows up and they corner the deer. A larger animal standing there doesn't even pay attention to the two Komodos. The small deer hides behind the big animal so the Komodos don't get too close to it. But how long is that going to last? Number 14. Komodo versus monkey. A Komodo catches a monkey but doesn't want to share it with his friend, so he runs off in a jiffy to eat it alone. I'm not sure the other Komodo is going to agree with this. I didn't know dragons were so selfish. I always see them share dinners together. This monkey hits the jackpot when 4 dragons are vying for its attention. The only problem is they're all starving and want a piece of him. Monkeys that fall from trees are swallowed by Komodos. The Komodo dragon ambushed and swallowed one of the monkeys who fell while struggling for territory. It's unfortunate for the monkey, but I guess that's how the wheel of life turns. Number 13. Komodo cannibalism. Komodos will eat whatever is in their path, even if it's one of their own, meaning another lizard. This biowalk gets the full treatment when a couple of Komodos decides it's time for lunch. A big Komodo bullies a small Komodo, but the small guy is no match for the big guy, and this fight is kind of predictable and will probably end with the big Komodo eating the small Komodo. Adult Komodo dragons are subject to cannibalism, which accounts for 10% of their diet by eating their species' young. As a result, juveniles spend the first years of life in trees. Their claws make great climbers, but only while they're young. As adults, they're too hefty to climb trees. Then again, when they're big, they don't need to climb trees because all the other animals are afraid of them. Here's a small Komodo finding out what it's like to be eaten alive. Komodo dragons, as opportunistic feeders, can live on a wide variety of prey across their range, including deer, buffaloes, monkeys, birds, pigs, goats, insects, and even humans. If given the opportunity, they can kill and devour their own kind, particularly small hatchlings. Number 12. Komodo versus snake. A big male Komodo dragon is seen consuming a dead snake, which he finishes in a matter of seconds. This snake is a type of rattlesnake, which is considered to be particularly lethal, as seen by its color and shape. There are 12 different varieties of snakes in Komodo National Park, 3 of which are venomous: spitting cobras, rattlesnakes, and green viper snakes. It looks like snakes don't have it easy with Komodos either. This Komodo is tearing the snake apart without a problem. Mind you, it's not a big snake, but it's still a snake. This cobra is trying to get out of a jam with the Komodo. I don't think the Komodo is immune to the cobra's venom, but even if it isn't, the cobra is incapable of landing one strike on the Komodo. This Komodo teaches the cobra a lesson in the art of war. Number 11. Komodo versus mouse. A mouse is just a small appetizer for the mighty Komodo, but being the opportunistic eater that it is, this Komodo doesn't let such an opportunity pass it by and gulps the mouse in no time. Because Komodo dragons are cannibals, even their moms prey on their own young. baby Komodo dragons normally spend 2 to 3 years in trees to avoid adult dragons. The baby Komodo will hunt tiny animals such as geckos, lizards, birds, and mice while perched in the tree. This happens without any human interference, and it's natural selection at work to keep the food chain balanced. This young Komodo feeds on a mouse it has found as it was taking a stroll on this dirt road. It swallows the mouse in seconds and fills its tummy. Number 10. Komodo Dragon versus Stingray. Did you know Komodo dragons eat stingrays? Well, if you didn't, they do. And you can see how in this thumbnail, as this Komodo swallows the stingray whole. I've seen the Komodo dragon hunt and kill many types of animals, but this is the first time I see a Komodo swallowing a stingray. I guess it's true that Komodos will eat anything in their path. Komodo dragons are carnivorous reptiles that eat all types of meat, whether fresh or dead. Because its mouth cavity is wide, like that of a crocodile, the Komodo dragon consumes its food without chewing it. That's exactly what it does when it plucks the stingray out of the water. In the Komodo village area, a Komodo dragon consumes a stingray. A fisherman dropped a stingray on the beach, and the Komodo didn't waste any time snatching it and carrying it into the forest, where it was swallowed whole. This Komodo went for a stroll on the beach and came across a dead beach stingray. It decided to get a taste of the creature, but when it didn't taste so good, the Komodo threw the stingray away. This Komodo finds a beach stingray and decides to have a quick snack. It almost looks like it's a common occurrence for the Komodo to find stingrays on the beach like this. Number 9. Komodo versus Elk. It takes this Komodo dragon seconds to paralyze this big wild elk. The elk manages to run away from the Komodo's grasp and runs into the water. But it's just a matter of time before the elk crumbles, and the Komodo, along with a few friends, grab the animal and eat him alive. Number 8. Komodo versus Fish. Just like we saw the Komodos earlier swallow stingrays, this Komodo finds a fish on the beach and carries it away from the beach, into the forest, and goes ahead and swallows it whole. If you thought eating a stingray was wild, check this Komodo out when he pulls another rabbit, a shark, out of his hat and has it for lunch. The Komodo gulps the shark whole in 5 seconds. Another shark is on the menu for this Komodo. It doesn't take long before the Komodo swallows the dead shark. Number 7. Komodo versus Human. Is this Komodo looking for this man? And is the man playing with fire, standing so close to such a deadly animal? I'm not sure why people take such big risks, but I guess they have a knack for adventure. Steve Irwin liked to take risks, so it's not surprising he's laying on the ground right next to a Komodo dragon. Humans have been known to be attacked, killed, and eaten by Komodo dragons. They ambush unsuspecting prey, tearing them apart with their blade-like fangs as they speed down at close to 15 miles per hour. Komodo dragons aren't particularly fond of humans. Since the 1970s, dragons have killed roughly 10 humans. In comparison, crocodiles, the most prolific of all man-eaters, kill around 1,000 people every year. Most of these people, perhaps over 700, are killed by Nile crocodiles in Africa. In other words, since 1970, Nile crocodiles have shed more human blood each week than Komodo dragons. In this crazy Japanese game show, a woman must run away from a Komodo dragon, as you can see in the video. The woman has a rope attached to her body with the bait at the end of the rope to lure the dragon, so it chases the woman. When you thought you had seen it all, you realize you haven't after seeing this. Number 6. Komodo versus Horse. This horse is being attacked by Komodos, but the horse is not running. It just stands there, probably in shock and unable to move because it's already been bitten. The Komodos wait around until the horse falls to the ground, and that's when they go for the horse's stomach and eat it alive. This bacterial venom Komodos have is their most powerful weapon. If they didn't have it, they would still be great hunters, but many large animals would be able to fend them off and escape from their grasp. Number 5. Epic fight between Komodos. You can see these two huge male Komodos fight it out, spitting goo out of their mouths as they hug each other standing up. The sheer scaly bulk of these two 90-kilogram beasts is enough to make you never want to meet one in a dark alley. These fights are over-the-top nuts. During mating season, Komodo dragons compete to impress the females to maintain their bloodline. So bouts against other Komodos are common, even if it means dying on the battlefield. Number 4. Komodo versus Goat. In the Komodo dragon community, Goats are frequently caught by Komodo dragons, since the Komodo dragons and indigenous goats roam freely without any fencing constraints. This videographer instantly followed a Komodo dragon to the top of a mountain after it captured a goat near a resident's house. On Komodo Island, Komodo dragons are the top predators, and one of their favorite preys are goats owned by locals. Therefore, incidents like these are common. The locals are also aware that they will lose goats to the Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons can live up to 50 or 60 years old. The Komodo in this video is an estimated 40 years old. He can survive up to 1 month without any food. But this old Komodo is lucky to come across this goat, because it's always more difficult to hunt when you're an older Komodo. A Komodo kills and eats a goat in the lush green forest. The giant lizard is grinding through the goat's body and enjoying every second of his meal. This huge Komodo walks toward a goat, and the goat, unafraid, charges the Komodo. But I think this goat has no idea what the Komodo is capable of. The goat keeps charging at the Komodo, until the giant lizard knocks it down on its butt with its tail and begins to eat it alive. Number 3. Komodo versus Buffalo. A mother buffalo defends her calf from a Komodo dragon attack. The mother buffalo went in search of food and left her child in a pool of water to wait for her. But the Komodo dragon took advantage of the opportunity to hunt down the buffalo calf. Fortunately, the mother heard her calf's screams while he was being attacked by the dragon and came to his rescue. This baby buffalo is taking a beating with its mother watching. What is it with these buffalo moms not trying to save their young? Another animal would fiercely fight the Komodo if its babies were threatened, even if it meant death. Komodos are so powerful, and when they target a prey like this young buffalo, there's no getting out for the victim. I guess it can only hope for a quick death, although it looks more like a slow one. Komodo dragons dominate the habitats in which they reside due to their size. They are carnivores, and even though they are thought to feed largely on carrion, they also attack live victims by ambushing them. They're sneaky that way. These Komodos have grabbed the buffalo calf for lunch, and they're eating it alive. Bon appetit. Number 2. Komodo versus Turtle. This Komodo dragon finds a turtle on the beach, and it's having all the trouble in the world eating it. It's trying to find a way to get to the turtle's tender meat under the shell, but for some reason, it's confused. These two Komodo dragons have flipped this turtle over, and all they have left to do is prepare the utensils and get the right tablecloth for the occasion so they can eat in peace. Two Komodos are tearing apart a turtle, and it doesn't take long before it looks like a scene straight out of a crime thriller. I mean, this turtle is destroyed by these monsters. Another turtle bites the dust at the hands of a bunch of Komodos. Initially, the turtle was stranded around the coast of Komodo Island, and then the Komodo dragons found it by smelling the turtle carcass, and they immediately ate it voraciously. This is the weirdest Komodo dragon I've ever seen. Check out its head. It looks like it has a protective shell on it. Oh no, wait. It's the shell of a turtle, and the Komodo is probably inside the shell, tearing the poor turtle to shreds. How in God's name did the Komodo manage to get inside the turtle shell and lift it up that way? The Komodo is just digging inside the turtle shell for its tender meat, so I'm thinking there isn't much of the turtle left in there. Once a Komodo has turned a turtle over, it becomes child's play for the Komodo to finish the turtle off. It's not even challenging for the reptile anymore. Number 1. Komodo versus Wild Boar. I must say, this is the weirdest video of a Komodo I have ever seen. These Komodos have the opportunity of snatching one of these wild boars for lunch. Instead, they decide to dine with the wild boars, eating whatever the boars are eating, which looks like nothing more than grains. Never do the Komodos attack the wild boars. This is unheard of. This wild pig is getting the whole 9 yards when he is being eaten alive by a few dragons. One Komodo is biting his rear end, while another is attacking the wild pig's belly, but the pig is still alive and battling hard to get out of his predicaments. This wild boar knows his fate is sealed when this dragon attacks him, and it's only a matter of time before the dragon swallows him whole. We would like to thank the Komodo Indonesia channel for some of these clips, allowing us to incorporate them in our countdown and show them to our amazing viewers. Honestly, I had a hard time watching this countdown, so I didn't come up with a favorite. I guess the Komodos fighting each other was the most light-hearted moment in this countdown. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below. Well, that's our look at the Komodo dragon eating everything in sight. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.